So let's give it a try again. All right. So let's see how well this works. If not, it'll just be recorded, and I'll just turn it into a tutorial later. All right. Oops, wrong one. Let's see if I can change. Let's turn you back on. Okay. Full screen. There we go. Working so far. Yay! All I had to do was restart everything. Plus it said my OBS needed to update, so. Alrighty then. So get whatever kind of cup you want. This one I really liked, Art Minds from Michaels. They call it a goblet. It's already white. I don't need to do anything to it other than put everything on there. I don't think I'm going to spray paint it this time. I don't know. I wasn't happy with it. It took too long, so it wasn't tacky for me anymore. So when I put the stickers on, it just wasn't doing what I wanted. Some of the issues I had with what I was using. So for my stickers, I had used this printable vinyl. Now this says it can only be used on an inkjet printer. I have one, that's what I use. I like inkjet, laser, just not my thing. Anyway, it was okay. I'm gonna call it the 2020 theme. So let's get this to come up. Come on, focus. There we go. So you can see there's a wrinkle. There we go. So my bottom arrow, just gone, is broken, which I think kind of goes with the theme of Cupid is stupid. Now, I like Valentine's Day. I'm fine with it. I don't disagree with it. I just feel like there is so much that is forced on with Valentine's that we're just left kind of like, you gotta do this. You know, guys are trying to, I shouldn't say just guys, anybody is trying to find the perfect way to propose. Yeah, let's propose on Valentine's Day. You know, it is what it is. We had turned it into a whole thing where it wasn't just about us, it was about the entire family. So one of the kids was conceived on Valentine's night many, many moons ago. But we put so much emphasis on Valentine's, and schools have gone to the point we're going to kind of create a fall break or a spring break that day. Be like parent teacher conference or something. Or I think they call it a in session, like teachers are in session, but the students are not at school, because it just got to the point, at least from our principal's perspective at our school, it got to a point where there were kids who did get Valentine's grams from their parents, and there were other kids who were like, oh, you know, that kind of sucks. I didn't get anything. Uh, so there's just this huge emphasis on Valentine's. So I thought this was amazing. Cupid is stupid. And I found this awesome graphic from iStock Photo, which is owned by Getty Images. Um, all I put in was Cupid is stupid. I was trying to go for the theme here, and I ended up finding an angry Cupid. Originally, the heart was crinkled, or it wasn't crinkled, it was just white. It was red and white. Um, but I kind of wanted to go with a crinkled heart theme. So I found a crinkled heart again on iStock. So all of the stuff that I have the commercial licenses for. It is easy to go find whatever you want if you Google it. But something you need to be aware of. I'm a graphic designer. I am very familiar with the copyright laws, and uh, you can't just use something that you find in Google Images and be like, oh, I want to put that on a T-shirt. Maybe just for you, maybe for you. But if you're going to turn around and sell it, it's the same thing with those who sell Disney stuff in their Etsy shops. Disney is huge on you will not resell our products unless you have the license to do so. And of course, getting that license to resell, and if they say it's okay for you to resell it, is gonna be super expensive. So it's not even worth it. I know there are Etsy sellers out there that can get away with, I don't know if they can get away with it, but they are getting away with selling uh, Disney merchandise that they have put on their cups or on a T-shirt or whatever. It's the same with when the Starbucks cups went really huge, and people got the stencils to go around the circle and do whatever they wanted with it. Starbucks came out and said, "Stop it." You know, you can get in trouble for this. Do you want to get in trouble for it? I mean, you're going to lose your Etsy shop if they decide to take criminal charges against you. So it's an extra expense, but you got to think. Do you want to be hit with fines for copyright laws, or do you want to buy the licenses for these items? So that's one thing I like about design bundles. Cupid is Stupid is from Design Bundles. I got it for a Valentine's bundle a couple weeks ago or last week. And I wanted to go with it. I wanted to keep the theme of Cupid is Stupid. And I literally searched Cupid is Stupid in iStock Photo, and this just, like, it was right there, and I was like, okay, we'll see. I wanted to do this kind of like talk to the hand. Cupid's looking at it like, aw. But I couldn't find the right image that I wanted to use for that. I did see some, but I needed the hand to be bigger, and I could have gone in and redid it, but I decided this was awesome. This cute cherub Cupid that just looks so angry. It is so adorable. So anyway, in the last live I did a few minutes ago, I said what materials you needed. Get a cup, get whatever tumbler you want to use, whatever color you want it to be. I would say find that. I'm glad I had this in white, or I found it in white. There was also in black, so I might try and play with that a little. Of course, your transfer tape, any kind of transfer tape you want. When I got my Cricut bundle a couple of years ago, I ended up getting a transfer tape with it, a roll of transfer tape, and I still have a bunch, because you can reuse it. You can reuse the strip that you cut out. It's not one and done. It is not. This stuff is amazing. I am using permanent premium vinyl in black, and it's just straight black. I know it probably looks glittery or something, but a little grainy there, but it's straight black. My resin, I use Amazing Clear Cast. I'm happy with it. I know there's other brands out there. I just have not tried them yet. Amazing Clear Cast, I'm happy with. I think there's one called Art Resin, which our Hobby Lobby sells. It's supposed to be this big food safe, and this is supposed to be food safe too, but you've never reused your transportation. Talk to me on my chat. Talk to me in the YouTube chat. I'll keep the window up so I can make sure that I catch it. Yeah. I mean, depending on the project you have, but if you have a big enough project where you gotta use a lot of your if you're gonna use transfer tape more than once, you can reuse it. Once you take it off, just set it, like put it on you if you have to. There's people who, because our skin is so oily, they'll just do that to get the tackiness off or keep it. I don't know. You are so cute. Okay, fine. I'll go back to my chats. Anyway, let's see. What are we gonna do? Alright, first things first, I got my cup. So that's done, and I'm not gonna clear coat it this time. I wanna see how the vinyl is gonna stick without the clear coat. I don't think I need it. I used a clear coat last night because I wanted Cupid to be on there while it was still tacky, but I had so many issues with this trying to get it out, trying to get the stickers out. It just did not work at all. So I'm not gonna do that this time. This is supposed to stick to any surface anyway. We're just gonna try it that way. Try it without the spray paint. But I think what I'm gonna do this time is I am going to spray paint the vinyl, the printable vinyl. I had some issues with it. I did a bleed on the printing. Some of this, it just cut the way it cut. Let's see. The way it cut, like it took out part of my arrow. So come on. I was just kind of upset with that, but I was like, you know what, 2020 thing, who cares? All right, who cares? Although my husband, when he saw it, he's like, did you get a bug on that? And I sure hope not. That would suck. Be completely ruined. Not completely ruined. You just have to go in, fix it, and then re-resin. Anyway. All right, so let's see. We're going to start with printing the stuff that I need. So we're going to open up Cricut. There we go. Because I restarted this, I closed everything down, so it's going to take a little bit. The mat I use, I'm using the green standard grip. A light grip probably is not good, and the strong grip maybe too much preference. With this printable vinyl, I think I'm going to tell it to do more on the pressure this time, just because of how hard it was to get out, to take all the negative off. It was like it still wasn't cut all the way through, and I had to hole in areas. And that's sort of why some of my arrows are gone, because it just did not cut right. It made me very angry. All right. Open this bad boy up. Now, because of Cricut's whole you cannot make your image larger than, what is it, 6.75 by 9.25. I had to resize this in Photoshop, which really made me mad. But it is what it is. Whatever. We're going to make sure, yep, that's attached. So I want to make sure what we're going to do first is we're just going to make sure that we're only doing this part first. I flipped out last night. I thought my printer was eating the printable vinyl. So it has 3 trays, but the 2 trays are flat trays, and so it rolls the paper. And I guess when it did that, it stayed rolled. So as it's coming out, as it's feeding out, it stayed rolled and went up into my printer. And I'm lucky that I didn't get a paper jam. I was so angry about that. I was like, one more thing. There's one more thing to deal with. So I think what I'm going to do with this, because of the kind of printer I have a rear feed tray. I'm just going to do it on the rear feed tray. And hopefully it just stays flat. I'm not going to have any bend to it at all. So what we're going to do is make sure if I start getting all sing-songy and talking in a weird voice, I'm sorry. I apologize ahead of time if it annoys you guys. It's just the way I am. Alright, so I have that turned on. Pull out. So there is a specific way to put this. The back side will say Cricut. It's just like any vinyl that you have. It has the graft backing on it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and print this. I don't know how many times I'm going to say I'm going to do this. Go ahead and print it. Come on. Catch up with me. I think because I'm running OBS, it's mad at me. There we go. So we're going to continue. So for this, because I've done so much with my printer as far as certain settings and whatnot, I've made it so finicky that I have to use the dialogue when I send it to the printer, which, you know, whatever, but then I can get exactly what I want out of it. I'm going to take the bleed off this time. I don't know how I felt about the bleed. Whatever, we'll just try it without the bleed this time. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. Excuse any mess that you see in the background. We are in the process of moving all my stuff out to the garage. So and my desk is littered at this point with sewing projects and other stuff. My Etsy shop. There's just so much material right now, and it's like I need Marie Kondo to come save me. That's what I need. I need Marie Kondo to come save me. And I wish I could find her books. I don't want to just order it off of Amazon. Yes, yes, yes. When loading paper, load only one sheet of paper. Yep. Okay. No. We're gonna change this to premium photo semi-gloss. It does not. I bet if I went to the Cricut website, it might tell me how best I need to do this. Will be changed to, because the paper type is changed. No. No. Don't do that. Leave my settings alone. I yell at my technology. I do. It makes me mad sometimes. Alright. So let's do that. You are connected though. Okay, so my signal strength sucks yet again. I don't know why. I know we had an outage earlier. We had an outage earlier with our service provider, so that is probably what happened. Is okay. I use the giant 12 by 24 mat. I like it. I know it's a pain in the butt because of how big it is, but you know, whatever. I'm happy with it. Oh, I didn't curl this time. Yay. Something else I need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put my black vinyl on here. Because I can actually get that done right now. All right. I am gonna move this out of the way. Move some stuff around here. What are you doing? Go back. There we go. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. Okay. Actually. All right. Okay, there we go. Because I am going to spray paint the printable vinyl, I'm going to go ahead and get this one done. Let's see, let's think. Actually see if it'll let me do that too. Don't know if that's long enough. Alright. I'll just see if it's going to let me do this, because I know before it's told me. What problems are you having now? New window. So that came out rather cute. Feel like it's better printed than last night, but maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just what I'm seeing. Customize. I'll go ahead and turn that off. Cupid is stupid. See if it'll let me make it. Looks like this device is already connected. Close that one first, then click retry. Punk. Fine, maybe I'll just do one coat of this then. I am gonna go spray and I'll be back. one coat actually looks pretty good. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do here. Now it's yelling at me. I've already printed. Oh, that's right. I don't think so. Give me a second. So I don't think that printable vinyl is in here. We're going to go into vinyl. Oh, there it is. I did not find it last night. I guess I just didn't look for the right thing or search for the right thing. All right. Let's see if it dried enough yet. It's a little tacky in some spots still, but it's okay. Okay. So you want to see how this works? Let's cross our fingers. Okay. I already have my permanent vinyl on there, so I'm just going to leave it be. Just say hello. Still trying to get some stuff set up in OBS. Let's make sure that is down. Alright, so I did a more pressure just because of how it looked last night. So actually going to turn that one off. while it does that, let's take a look at this one. So I tried to do this one-handed, and I kept looking at it and like, there's some problem spots. But overall, it came out good. I'm gonna have to resin it one more time because I definitely feel the sticker underneath. I do, even though I wasn't doing any specific color or anything, I'm only gonna do one more resin, one more coat after this. There we go. And even though I'm only doing 2 coats, it's just the way it comes up on here, how it that lip that you get. So make sure when you're peeling this, you're being really careful about how you're peeling it. It's like I'm peeling some of that resin away, because I'm going to do another coat anyway. It's not up there. There's my weighting tool. Definitely do better if I knew where my tweezers were. So, overall, I'm happy with how it came out. There are imperfections. I'll do another coat to go over it completely. I'll fix a lot of that. Especially fix the parts where it came up because of the tape. Now, I say I put painter's tape down because of how big the lip can get. For those who do a lot, like they end up putting, say, 5 coats, and I've seen where people do 5 coats of resin, and that's because they're adding different layers each time, you know, adding a different color or a different aesthetic to it, and eventually it comes out looking so big. And just me personally, I don't like that, but that's just me. I mean, I like the effort people put into them, and I will buy that, but me personally, I'm not going to do that. All right. Oh my goodness, those stickers take forever. We'll see how easy they'll be to take off this time. Last night it was a pain. Not to mention last night too, I kept my gloves on, so I actually started losing some pieces because they were stuck to my gloves, and then working with the printable vinyl with my gloves just was not working. It was such a pain. So maybe, just maybe, it'll look better this time. It'll work out better this time. We shall see. Says it's done. All right. I definitely like how it looks better without the bleed. I tend to add bleed just because of how it's going to cut around it. It gives it sort of a shadowy effect. But this came out good. Let's see if I can find a good one here. So if you can see the difference, no bleed, bleed. And you see the little shadow around it, which made it so much harder on the arrows too, which could be the reason why some of the arrows messed up too. Just tell it I'm done. Finish. So, and always when you take this off, it's always good. Break the camera. I like this camera. Maybe a few years old, but I like this camera. Alright. So whenever you do this, lay your mat upside down. You're going to find your media, whatever you printed on, and you're going to roll your mat up. You're going to leave this flat so that when you get it, when you get it off, it's still going to be flat. Alright, so now we are going to print or cut the vinyl. Yeah. It'll take forever. Alright, let's take a look at this. While it is figuring itself out. There we go. Make sure it's down all the way. Oops. Is it okay if I say I don't mind if the phone breaks? My husband may not like that. Okay, so for this, I had thought about, and I probably should have done it this time, was, so with the negative, even in between here is going to come off. I'm almost tempted when I do another cut to put a background, a rectangle there. Just to make it so that it's easier. Just easier. I like easy. Easy is nice. Alright, so I think that finished. Ouch. I hit my knee. That hurt. Ooh. I'm trying not to scream and cry about it. Hitting my knee is like hitting your funny bone. Okay. What did I do with it? There it is. Okay. See, with doing more pressure, if it was easier. Doesn't seem like it. I think I am gonna have to make the arrows thicker, or just get rid of this bottom one completely. It is just not working. maybe printable vinyl just is not the best for little intricacies. Back down there, little guy. So I like it better without the bleed. That's definitely nice. Alright. And this one is a no bleed. Come on there, buddy. So cute, just, you know, just not working out on this media. Alright. So, I'll do the same thing with this. Lay it flat. Peel. And don't forget to cover it up. Cover up your mouth. These films are so easy to lose. And I feel like anytime I use them, I'm losing them. It keeps slipping out of my hand, that's why I have to keep doing this. Okay. I'll put that back there. I'm gonna cut off exactly what we need. I usually put a background border on these just to have that cut to make it easier, but this one I just didn't for whatever reason. I had a problem with this one last night, and I probably should have done this one on more as well. But this, part of the problem was I forgot to take my gloves off. I wore my gloves the entire time. And, well, I had pieces sticking to my gloves. Nope, come on. gonna do this. We're gonna work. 'Cause I said so. Yeah, I should have done more on this too. More pressure. Yep, that happened last night too. The U's did not want to stay down. Come on. If all else fails, just cut. No use getting angry at it. It doesn't help anything to get angry at it. Again. Oh, now you. No. Just have a sliver. Just a sliver that doesn't want to cooperate. Get too close to that. Ah, did I lose my eye? No, there it is. The S definitely did not give me any heartache last night. Today is a different story. Oh my goodness. Alright. When in doubt, just tell Cricut, tell Design Space, do more pressure. Oh my goodness. Sort of. It's also why I need my tweezers. Oh. The things you don't hear in the tutorials from other crafters. It's how much they cuss and grumble and probably close to crying. Because we give you good content. We give you usable content. I don't need to know that we're about to have a freaking breakdown during the weeding process. Lost the heart. I'm gonna tell it more next time. Last night it was the little extra dots around the hearts. There we go. All done. All right. Now, you're gonna press your tape down. I do have a squeegee tool, but I'm not reaching for it. Definitely want to make sure the parts that definitely are going to come up and get, you know, not stick to the cup as well. Just push down really good. Alright. So now, I know people usually put stuff in between and keep it straight. There we go. So what I'm going to do is kind of eyeballing where it's going to go. Make sure it's on there straight. Of course it's not. I just freaked myself out. That'll be for another video. Okay. Now there's different ways to do this part. I don't usually do side to side, but that's just where the excess tape was. I usually go from top to bottom or vice versa. But for me, as long as there are no wrinkles on the vinyl, I'm fine with it. I have to go back and fix some of this. Should have just used my tutorial from last night. That one was pretty much perfect. Alright. Something I do is when I take this off, I peel it close. I feel like that's best. Good. The T is the only problem child I have. Alright, your transfer tape. Save it. Keep it close. There we go, because you don't want to ruin it. You don't want to poke a hole in it. Alright. Save transfer tape. Now, I don't know if there's anyone else out there that uses their weeding tool like this. I haven't noticed anyone else. Everyone's always like, use your squeegee tool. To me, I feel like this does the exact same thing. Just don't hurt yourself. It is sharp. Alright. See how we get it off. Exact same way. You're going to weed it the same as you would, or peel it the same as you would when you take it off of the mat. Oh, my cell phone just died. Just want to figure out what that was. Alright. Now, let's see. Offset it some. Same thing. Peel it close. We're looking good, looking good. And voila. And put it on some paper. Yeah, I think I'm going to put a background on it. I mean, I think this has an awesome look to it as far as like, oops, wrong way. The broken parts right here. A broken bow. I think it works for it, but I'm definitely not having the bleed. I'll take a bleed printout. So look at that amount of transfer tape I have saved so far. Instead of using a whole new piece, just reusing the same one. Can't tell if, oh, that's the arrow from the vinyl. The vinyl from the arrow. I want you stuck. Alright, and still very tacky. This one piece is still very tacky. Alright, so I offset the other one. I don't think... no. Just gonna try and put them over the bottom row, but I think I'm just gonna leave that be. My husband, he is a graphic designer. He is a very successful graphic designer. He likes simplicity. So he told me, do Cupid is Stupid on one side, do a giant version of Angry Cupid and the heart on the other side. So they're just across from each other. And leave that be. Now, I want you all to tell me if you think that would sell well. It's very simple. Extremely simple. But considering how other crafters do their tumblers, I have to wonder, would that work? Would that sell? Simplicity. Does simplicity sell? Just this one piece. And of course, comes off one way, but then messes up the other. Save that. So this is what we have. Let's do one more. Kind of liking the whole bigger one now. Put a bigger one right here. Eh. I burnish like I color. No rhyme or reason. There. Another way to try it is to do a water slide, but get clear water slide, so then this piece still in between, all this negative space in between stays clear. I am not a huge fan of water slides. I still see the edges, but I may be looking too hard. Who knows? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. So I'm just going to do 3 on here. I think they're placed out perfectly. I'm going to try the epoxy, or the resin, without the tape, since it was pretty thin. learned a trick. And someone, when she does her resin batch, she heats up her type A. Let me clarify. She has her type A in her whatever container she's using, and I'm pretty sure she was using silicone like I use. I love using my silicone cup just because when I'm done with it, I don't have to throw it away. I let it dry, I push it out, and then I'm able to grab all the silicone that's in there. There's still some from last night. Once it dries some more, hardens the rest of the way, it'll just flake out, which is really, really nice. Anyway, so she boils up a pot of water, puts her A in her cup, puts the cup in the boiling water. It helps to get out all the air bubbles, and because hers is a little bit thicker like mine, just because I need to hurry up and use it, it's getting a little old. It helps get out those air bubbles and helps it to liquefy. Clean up my turner. It's got a bunch of dust all over it. I haven't used this turner for a little bit. Dust and glitter. Go figure. Why on earth would there be glitter on here? Ha 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 ha. Don't mind me. Alright, so we're going to pour the A. Now if you hear a fan in the background, that's because that's my hood, and that's where this is going to go. 20. So she did point out that when you do this, you do speed up the curing process too. So you can't diddle daddle with it. Keep in mind, you can't do this with a plastic cup. And it might be dangerous to do it with a glass cup too. Now I still use my heat gun at the end to get out all the air bubbles, but I like doing this. Now I'm holding it down because I have more water in here than I do resin in the silicone cup. So I don't have enough weight to hold it for it to stay put. Okay. Whew. Forgot. I got stainless steel. Burns all the way up. I'm not careful, I'll end up melting my glove to my hand. Alright. Oh, yeah. Little bit of an accident with all my resin last night. Ooh, I lost a foot. Oh, that'll be okay. I do this on an old cookie sheet that I have. There we go. Make sure all of it gets under there. So this turner I like only because it came with the foam. Otherwise, to me, it just seems so slow. But that's just me. Oh yeah, that came out good. So, now, you have excess on here. You're gonna just move it around. Oh, forgot to take the tag off the bottom. Let's do that real quick. All the errors that happen, if they're going to happen, they're going to happen when you're live. There we go. I'm not going to forget the bottom, just not there yet. I think spray painting the stickers came out really good. That was really helpful. I can already tell a difference in how it feels versus last night. Just going over any holes I see at this point. Alright. Just use your heat gun and help smooth out some of those lines. You're getting rid of those air bubbles. I don't have it quite all the way up. The fan, yes, the heat, no. And I'm just going back and forth. Be careful, because if you do use foam, you are going to catch it. You don't need to use it as long as I do. Whew. Gotta be careful. I am just making sure that I got everything.